So, tax day just passed here in the U.S.
Yep. Always a fun time.
Right. And whether you felt relief or maybe a bit of a pinch, probably got you thinking about what we owe the government.
For sure. That financial obligation.
But then there's the other side, isn't there? What about what we owe to ourselves or, our own values or beliefs?
That's the core of it.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. How do we actually balance those earthly duties with our own internal compass? We've got some, well, pretty ancient wisdom to look at that speaks right to this.
It's a very old question.
So our mission really is to pull out some practical guidance for you listening so you can handle these things without feeling, I guess, pulled in two directions.
It's a tension that doesn't go away, does it?
Yeah.
This push and pull between society's demands and our own, maybe deeper convictions.
Let's jump in. You mentioned ancient wisdom. I think we should start with that famous story from the New Testament, Matthew 22.
Ah, yes. Jesus and the Pharisees. They come to him trying to, well, trap him, really.
Right, with the tax question, paying taxes to Caesar.
Exactly. A political minefield at the time. They ask, is it lawful?
Hoping he'll mess up, basically. Annoy Rome or tick off his own followers.
But he doesn't bite. He asks for a coin, points to Caesar's image on it.
And delivers that line, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's.
And to God the things that are God's. Boom!
Simple, but so clever. It seems to draw a clear line. Two separate areas.
On the surface, yes. Governmental duties here, spiritual duties there.
But what does that actually mean for someone today? I mean, for you listening, where did those lines actually fall? They feel pretty blurry sometimes.
They definitely can feel blurry.
Yeah.
Where does Caesar, the state, the government, where does that end? And where does God or whatever represents your highest value begin?
And the text we're drawing from brings in the Apostle Paul too, right? Romans 13.
It does. Paul reinforces this. He talks about respecting governing authorities, calls them servants of God, interestingly enough.
Servants of God. So paying taxes isn't just staying out of trouble.
Apparently not, according to Paul. He says, pay to all what is due them. Tax to whom tax is due. It's framed as more of a principle, a civic duty tied into a larger order.
Okay, so we have this idea. Fulfill your civic duties, it's principled. But then, and this feels like the really important part, the text highlights. How do we stop those duties, those demands from Caesar, from just overshadowing everything else?
That's the balancing act, the tightrope walk.
Yeah. How do we keep our commitment to our core values safe? Where's the line we don't cross for Caesar, so to speak?
That's the critical question. The text suggests that while earthly obligations are valid, your ultimate allegiance might lie elsewhere.
Yeah.
With your conscience, your faith, your fundamental principles.
And no earthly demand should make you betray that.
Precisely. Your integrity shouldn't be negotiable.
Okay, this is great conceptually, but how do we make this practical? The text gives 3 points for daily victorious living, it calls it.
Right. Actionable stuff.
First one, discern your obligations. What's the core idea there for someone listening?
It's about knowing what's actually required. Understand your legal duties, your civic responsibilities, but don't feel you have to overextend yourself or take on burdens that aren't actually yours. Be informed.
Know the rules of the game, essentially.
Yeah, and play by them fairly, but know what they are.
Okay. Second point. Prioritize your allegiance. This feels like the heart of it.
It really is. This is where the Caesar-God distinction gets personal.
How do you make sure paying the tax man doesn't mean you're, shortchanging what truly matters most to you personally or spiritually?
It means regular check-ins with yourself.
Yeah.
Constantly asking, are my commitments to society getting in the way of my core beliefs, my ethics? It's an ongoing evaluation. Where does my ultimate loyalty lie?
Needs conscious effort then, not just letting things slide.
Definitely conscious effort.
And the third point, seek wisdom in financial stewardship. How does managing money tie into all this?
Well, it's where the rubber meets the road, often. It's about using your resources, your time, your money, your energy responsibly, in a way that respects both your civic duties and your personal or spiritual values.
So it's a whole picture view of your resources.
Exactly. Not just splitting things into boxes, but managing the whole thing wisely, acknowledging both claims.
So if you're listening, it sounds like the takeaway is be thoughtful, know what's expected, do it responsibly, but always keep that internal compass, your deepest values, front and center.
Like the text says near the end, render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
But always remember to give what you hold most important, what is rightfully theirs. Don't neglect that second part.
Which leaves us with maybe one final thought or question for you to chew on.
Go for it.
In the middle of all the daily demands, the job, the bills, the news, how do you actively, consciously define and protect that space for what is God's or, whatever holds that ultimate value for you? How do you make sure the things of Caesar don't just quietly take over?
That's a good one to sit with. How do you protect that sacred ground? Something to think about.